The head of Columbia College's Science Institute, Dr. Zafra Lerman, joins us this morning after her recent trip to the Middle East.
Welcome, Dr. Lerman. Thanks for joining us. You had an international peace meeting of scientists. What can scientists say to politicians to inspire them to bring peace to that region?
So let me just correct you.
Okay.
I went to organize it.
Yeah.
Okay. It was still not held.
Right.
It takes some time to organize it. What scientists have to say to politicians, scientists have a lot of influence on politicians. And during the Cold War between the Soviet Union and the United States, it was the scientists that organized the Pagwash peace conferences and then went back to their countries and really put a lot of pressure on their governments. Because the situation now in the Middle East is so bad, because there is no light at the end of the tunnel, the time came to start organizing something similar for scientists from the Middle East countries that don't talk to each other to get together and talk under a scientific concept, for example, the environment, and then start discussing how they can save not only the environment, but planet Earth by talking to their government that there is only one way to go, and it's peace.
And you just got back yesterday. In fact, it probably feels like today for you. But you brought back some photographs. Now tell us how things have changed since your last trip, which you say was in February.
In February. I was in Israel in February. What you see here on the picture is one of the most popular cafes in Haifa, where it's quite empty and a guard stand at the door. This is the view now of every restaurant. Here is one of the most beautiful swimming pools in the hotel that usually you swim on each other. You see the guard looking outside quite bored. Nobody is there. This picture shows you one of the beautiful outdoor cafes that you have to stand in line to go in, empty. And this is the Baha'i Temple Gardens in Haifa that is just gorgeous, and it's packed with tourists and Israelis walking all over. You see, you don't see anybody there because there are no tourists. When I landed in Israel, I took a flight. I was in Malta, then took a flight with El Al from Athens to Tel Aviv. It was only Israelis, still two-thirds empty. The airport was quite empty. There are no tourists.
People have to meet in homes now. They don't meet in cafes.
People are meeting at homes. I was there during the Independence Day celebration. That is the biggest holiday, with people dancing in the streets and having picnics. And people had their picnics in their backyards because you are afraid, because people were attacked in restaurants, in buses, in every public place.
Can I ask you quickly, what are your impressions of what the people want? We hear from Arafat, we hear from Ariel Sharon. What did you hear from people and what they're willing to do?
The people want peace. And the people want to be able to go to where they are used to go without fear that if you take a bus, you will never come back. There are families that were practically, I'm originally from Haifa. And there is a restaurant where I work when I'm there, owned by, managed by Arabs. I had an Arab waiter there. This restaurant was bombed. Two families, a husband and all the children, were gone, where the wives were still at work and did not join them.
It's a tragic story.
It's very tragic. I saw a girl dancing in a small place. The difference between her dancing, she was a teenager, was that she had only one leg and crutches and still was dancing the folk dances to celebrate on one leg.
Life has changed. Well, thank you very much for coming.